Trust me, once I show you this, you'll never struggle with your attention span again. What I'm about to share is something most people never realize, but once you do, it changes everything. And here's the challenge. This entire video has no flashy edits, no quick cuts, no music, just words on a screen. If you can sit through this and stay focused, you'll be on your way to mastering your mind. If you make it to the end, you won't just have a longer attention span, you'll become a lock-in genius. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a conversation, a book, or even just sitting in silence, and suddenly, boom, you feel the urge to check your phone. You don't even know why. Sounds familiar? Now let's take this a step further. What if I told you that right now, in this very moment, you have the power to reverse years of distraction, reclaim your focus, and take back control of your mind? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why your attention span is broken but also have the exact steps to fix it. Let's talk about what's stealing your focus, and more importantly, how to take it back. There was a time when people could sit through entire books, deep conversations, or even long walks without distraction. Now, the average person can barely focus for 8 seconds. That's less than a goldfish. But why? It all comes down to a simple brain chemical: dopamine. Every time you scroll, get a notification, or see a new TikTok, your brain releases a tiny hit of dopamine. Feels good, so your brain craves more. Before you know it, you're stuck in a loop, endlessly checking, swiping, and consuming. But here's the scary part. This isn't an accident. Tech companies, social media platforms, and app developers all know how your brain works. They design their products to keep you hooked. More scrolling means more time on their platforms, which means more money for them. So, if you've ever felt like it's impossible to focus, it's not your fault. You're living in a world designed to steal your attention. But here's the real danger. Losing your focus doesn't just mean more time on your phone. It means losing control of your time, your productivity, and ultimately, your potential. Think about it. How many times have you sat down to do something important, only to get distracted and never finish? How often do you reach for your phone out of habit, not even knowing why? When was the last time you gave your full attention to a task without feeling the urge to check something else? This isn't just about distraction. It's about control. The ability to focus is what separates those who achieve great things from those who don't. It's your superpower, if you know how to use it. Alright, now let's talk about how to fix it. Here are 4 simple but powerful steps to rebuild your attention span starting today. Most people think multitasking makes them more productive. It doesn't. In reality, it destroys your focus and makes everything take longer. Your brain isn't built to handle multiple tasks at once. Every time you switch between tasks, whether it's from work to Instagram or from reading to checking texts, it takes time and energy to refocus. Think of your focus like a flashlight. If you shine it everywhere at once, you barely see anything. But if you point it at one thing, suddenly, everything becomes clearer. So here's what to do. Pick one task. Remove all distractions. Yes, put your phone in another room. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work only on that one thing. This is called the Pomodoro technique, and it's insanely effective. Your environment shapes your focus more than you think. If your phone is next to you, you will check it. If notifications pop up, you will get distracted. So instead of relying on willpower, make your environment work for you. Put your phone in another room while working. Turn off notifications that don't matter. Use apps like Forest or Freedom to block distractions. Keep your workspace clean, less clutter, less distraction. The fewer distractions around you, the easier it is to focus. Your attention span is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The less you use it, the weaker it becomes. So here's how to train it. Choose an activity that requires full focus. Reading, journaling, meditating. Set a timer for 10 minutes and do only that. Slowly increase the time each day. At first, it'll feel hard. Your brain will scream at you to check your phone. But if you stick with it, focusing will become easier and more natural over time. Here's the truth. Fixing your attention span isn't an overnight thing. Some days you'll feel great, other days you'll fall back into old habits. That's normal. But what matters is that you keep going. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone, every time you focus on one task, every time you push through distractions, you're rewiring your brain. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Quick break. If you're still here, that means you're serious about improving your focus. So take a second to subscribe and share this with that one friend who needs to lock in. Let's push each other to stay focused and meet at the top. You've made it this far, which means you already have more focus than most people. Now let's take it a step further. Before you do anything else, leave a comment. What's the biggest distraction in your life right now? Just identifying it is the first step to controlling it. And if you're serious about improving your focus, don't just watch this video and move on. Take action. Try one of the steps I shared today, right now. This is your moment. Choose to take back your attention. Choose to take back your life. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who needs it. Let's build a movement of people who are reclaiming their focus, one step at a time.